Hey, what's up everybody? It's Casey here at Serum Fly and Tackle. We're going to do another steelhead fly today. Today, I'm going to show you how to tie the Starlight Leech. Okay, so for the Starlight Leech, Ahrex NS 110 streamer hook in size 4. For tying thread, UTC Ultra Thread 140 in purple, and we're going to tie that in right in the front of the hook here. Trim that tag. And first thing I'm going to do, just for proportion's sake on this fly, I'm going to take my brass eyes by Hareline in fluorescent pink, and we're going to tie those in right off the hop, just so we're able to gauge everything accurately as we're tying it in. I want to leave a little bit of space at the front of the eye there. And we're going to figure 8 wrap this guy into place. And I'm going to bring the thread back and just coat the shank so that we got a nice foundation to tie our fly on. I'm going to take a little bit of Zap-A-Gap and just put a dab on there, just to make sure that those things don't come loose. For a tail on this pattern, Hareline Magnum rabbit strips in black, and I'm just taking a small piece, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim a point into this. Not that you have to, but it just adds a little bit of a taper to the end of it. And I just like how it looks on the finished product. Oh, got a little bit of glue on my finger there. Just won't glue that onto my finger. That would have been a great tying video with a chunk of rabbit stuck to it. We'll tie that in. Lots of heavy wraps. You can pull pretty hard with this 140. Make that nice and secure. Alright. Now that we got the tail knocked out, I'm going to take some Hareline medium Krystal flash chenille in the color purple. And again, we'll expose the core to give us a clean tie-in point. And we'll palmer that in for a body. Nice uniform side-by-side wraps. We don't want to double them up on themselves. And we're going to tie that in, or tie that off just behind the eyes, leaving just a little bit of room here. Not much, but just like I could get another wrap in there if I wanted to behind the eyes. We're going to take an OfishL Rooster saddle hackle in purple and tie that in for a collar. I'm going to tie it in from the tip side, but I'm going to go fairly far down the feather. I don't want a schlappen feather because I don't want it that long and webby. Secure that in. Trim that tip. couple of wraps there for a collar. Trim that off, trimming that stem. And then at the head, I'm just going to take some Wapsi Rayon chenille, size fine in the color purple. We'll expose that core again, and we're going to tie that in just in front of that hackle. Trimming that core. We're going to bring our thread forward to the eye of the hook, and I'm going to do a wrap at the back here. We're going to figure 8 the eyes without capturing too much of that hackle. Another wrap at the back. Another round of figure 8s. And we're going to tie this off right at the head here. And now you can experiment with different color chenilles in this if you want, to give it a different look, a different egg. I kind of like this pink and purple, it looks cool. But like a pink egg, chartreuse egg, whatever you like. And that goes for the tail and the body as well too. You can play with the colors on this pattern. Whip finish. Second one for good luck. And there you have the Starlight Leech. So like I said, play with it in different colors. This is another pattern that I like to swing. I like tying this on a straighter eye shank as opposed to something with an up eye. Just with the way that this one orientates, it's going to probably flip over with the bead, or with the lead eyes. I shouldn't say it's probably going to. It's going to flip with that weight distributed the way that it is. So you don't have, it'll fish a lot more natural if you're swinging it with a straight eye than you would with an up eye, having that thing flipped over. Very simple pattern, very, very effective pattern. It can be sized up. I wouldn't go too much smaller, but it's something, again, for a change-up fly, smaller presentation, a great pattern to have in the box. There's your money maker right there. That little bit of wiggle factor. Nice dark silhouette, will stand out in some colored water, not too over the top to fish in clear water either. So definitely one worth trying if you haven't fished a pattern like this. You'd be surprised what you can do with a little fly sometimes and a big fish. Like always, I'll have the links for the materials in the description below. Everything can be purchased online at www.c-run.com. You can come see us in person, in store, and pick up the materials. If you got any questions, hit us up on our socials, leave a comment, and always happy to help out. Give us a phone call, send an email, and most importantly, happy tying and good luck fishing. Thanks for watching, everybody.